All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome one and welcome all back inside. We have more action. Game two of the Twin Bill between the Cascade Cougars and the Northeast Rebels underway as we get rolling here in Goose Lake, Iowa. Again, a beautiful backdrop here. Again, a 2025 Field of Excellence Award winner, and for good reason. We'll tell you more about that later. We start things off here as we take a look at the Cascade lineup. It's going to be started by Leo Noonan, followed by the second baseman in Mick Hoffman. Casson Roush is doing the duties at the hot corner. Jackson Green in right. Eli Fritz will be pitching today. Brody Otting will be at first, as that one is sailed up high. And that will be ball three. It'll be Tanner Topping doing the duties in left field. Tyler Smith will be behind the plate as that one dialed in for strike one. And, of course, Jake House will be rounding out the lineup in the number 9 hole in center field. As that 3-1 count goes for ball four, and we start things off again in Cascade's favor as they draw a walk, and Mick Hoffman stepping on up to the plate. Last game, Hoffman reached twice, once hit by pitch, three times, hit by pitch, RBI single, and a walk. And on the mound is Jaden Milk, looking to try and grab win number 2 here for the Rebels in this early going. Again, so far just 2 games under their belt, including the game 1 loss to Cascade just a few minutes ago. The 1-0 count here, and the runner taken off. There will be the throw, and it is bounced around. Not in, it got there in time, just bounced around a little bit, and a successful stolen base here for Noonan. Again, this is a series in which now Cascade has 14 of the 23 games in the bound era anyway. But last year, all the laughs went to Northeast as they swept Cascade in 2 games last season. Both teams had 20-plus win seasons. Cascade made it to the state tournament. And a nice get in there strike to even up the count at 2 apiece. Again, this is game 2 of the Twin Bill here today. Again, thanks again for joining us, making this a part of your day. As always, please let us know where you're hearing from. Anything you want to comment, let us know. Keep them honest over there at second. Again, both of these teams 20-plus game winners from a year prior. Northeast taking the conference crown last year. That one gets away, and runner is taken off to third. Won't think twice, though, as we now have a runner on to third. Still no score yet, but on batter number 2 already with a runner deep in scoring position. A full count right around, if my count is correct, 13 full counts across the game in game 1, in which the Cougars went and just steamrolled the way to a 14-0 victory. Again, not indicative of what Northeast is, certainly indicative of what Cascade can do. And that one is in there for the strike. Says he went around, says it was in the zone. And Milk with his first strikeout here of the night.
Next up, the third baseman, Casson Roush.
Now Casson Roush stepping on up to the plate. Before he mans the hot corner, he'll take aim in the third spot. Next, first pitch, that one wisely lays off here for ball 1. The 1-1 delivery here with a runner on third. The next pitch, that one tried to capture the lower end of the zone here. Instead, we move it up 2-1. As always, don't forget, more great stuff coming your way on High and Tight every Monday. We get the chance to recap what was. We go ahead and go over team rankings, position rankings. We give the big news that happened in the world of baseball in the state of Iowa, plus some really cool interviews along the way. Got some lined up for you that are in store. And been very, very fun overall. So, man, I urge you to check out High and Tight. Come your way every single Monday. Check it out on the IA Sports YouTube page, but all across social media for updates as well. The 2-2 delivery. That one gets set high. It's a major league type pop-up here, and that will be out of play. And both of these teams with at least one win under their belt coming in. Cascade came into today's doubleheader contest 1-1. Now they're 2-1 with the victory. And Northeast had one win under their belt in their lone game that they played. So started off the season victorious. And, of course, in game one here of the doubleheader, an unfortunate they fell 14-0 in that outing. So 18th pitch here of the game for Milk. And that one gets hit out there into center. Nicely job to camp out under it. There will be a throw, but it will not be in time. Cut off, and just like that, Cascade strikes first as they're on the board, 1-0.
Next up, the right fielder, Jackson Green.
So Jackson Green stepping on up to the plate with a bases empty situation, but he does see his team up 1-0. And he pokes that foul for strike one. Again, with two down, Northeast trying to split this. Again, last year Northeast did sweep the battle, and now turning it over here back home, they're trying to split. That one gets away from him just a bit. Again, it's kind of gone the way of sweeps the last 3 years. Cascade 2 years ago swept the doubleheader. And, of course, last year Northeast swept the doubleheader. And, of course, this time around, could we potentially see a split? That 1-2 pitch is set for strike three. A heck of a way to dance out of somewhat of danger there. No hits, but one run did come across, 2 strikeouts. And it's a 1-0 advantage here early on for Cascade. And we'll have more coming on up. But first, before we go anywhere, don't forget, great stuff coming your way with the batting donut. Man, I got to tell you, if you want to sweeten your swing in the best way possible, you've got to check out the batting donut. Make sure to go over, and if you get the chance, hit them up online or on social media. Three great colors here, and of course, the great way to pay homage to one of the best morning breakfast items. So let's go ahead, and we'll get more into this here game when we come back right here on the IA Baseball Network.
When it comes to protecting your home, you need more than just a contractor. You need a team that you can trust. And at IA Sports, we trust Lion Exteriors. They deliver expert roofing, siding, and exterior solutions built to last, because your home deserves the best. With quality craftsmanship, honest service, and stress-free process from start to finish, they make upgrading your home simple and reliable. Whether it's storm damage, a full roof replacement, or a fresh new look, Lion Exteriors has you covered. Contact Noah today or visit lion-exteriors.com and tell them IA Sports sent you to schedule your free inspection. Lion Exteriors, protecting your kingdom.
Leading off the bottom of the first
Welcome
inning
back,
for
ladies
Northeast,
and
the
gentlemen.
pitcher,
Appreciate you
Jade
coming along
Milk.
for the ride. Cascade Northeast, a conference showdown here, and already one in which the visitors have taken it big, 14-0. But Northeast, their chance to change the tides here in game two. And from Fritz on the mound here for Cascade, dials in strike one to the leadoff batter in Jade Milk. Strike number two. Following Milk will be Espenson, followed by Cleaver, Sosby, Gray, DeBow, Kreinbrink, DeLitt, and Ugraf. That's the lineup in store here for Northeast. 1-2 count here to the leadoff man for the Rebels. A look, and he'll fire. Trying to paint the outside corner, but no go. We even it up at 2 apiece. And more scores from around the state. If you have any scores, go ahead, hit us up right here on the live stream. That one fouled back, and he knew he had something there, just missed it. We have Midland over Edgewood Colesburg 7-1. We also have Trainer 19-0 over Riverside. That one not finding the zone. We draw it full 3-2. So first batter here, full count, and the swing through gets him on the high heat. Strike one. And both pitchers will have their first strikes here in the first inning.
Now up the center fielder, Maxon Eskelsen.
Eskelsen trying to avenge. He had a 1-for-3 outing in game one, so there was something there. That one is a little dribbler up the middle, and there will be no play. The speed of Eskelsen was very apparent on that one, and by the time that Noonan got the chance and corralled it, man, it was not going to be a play. Heck of an infield single here for Eskelsen, as he will be the first hit of the ball game here for the Rebels. So he represents with one down, a runner onto the base paths, and that'll bring up K.O. Cleaver to the plate. Cleaver last time went 1-for-3 with a couple strikeouts. That one, a little late hesitation there on the swing, a little bit of a foul tip here as we even up the count now, straight at 1-1. And that one is ripped, and that one will be deposited into center field. Station to station baseball it goes. As now Northeast, they're off to their best start across both games so far, as Cleaver will pick up his second hit of the night. And now a batter that you all would love to have up in this situation, and that's Connor Sosby, looking the chance to play the hero early. So one down. Sosby with the chance to do something big here early. He finds his team down 1-0. Look from Fritz and the fire. A little bit of off-speed work. 1-2 delivery coming on up. Runners on first and second. Now look to fire. That one, a little chopper left side. It eats him up at third. And we're getting one coming around third. There will be a throw, not in time. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is a tie ball game. Sosby credited with the mark. And that is how we get an even 1-1 ball game.
Now up the shortstop, Colby Gray.
And now Colby Gray stepping on up as we have a meeting on the mound. So once again, ladies and gentlemen, make sure to check up again all across our IA Sports YouTube page. That includes coming on up. There will be links for Saturday in Urbandale. It will be a trio of games here, including with teams like MLC Floyd Valley, Urbandale, and others. It is going to be a good Saturday in downtown in the middle of Des Moines. So make sure to go ahead, check it out today right here on the iSports YouTube page. Again, this weekend, I should say. So make sure to check that out there. We'll have coverage. We'll have the whole shebang. So make sure to hit us up there as soon as you can. Bottom of the first, runners on first and second here. And Gray will take strike one. Again, just one down and a start that certainly they would have wanted to have earlier on. And a good get-me-over pitch for strike two. Now with the 0-2 count, two runners on, one down. Already one home here, both teams scoring here in the first inning. The look and the fire. That one wisely lays off here. Brings the count 1-2. Again, some new faces, but again, most of the guys out there on the field right now, we saw them last year, and these two teams, again, very capable of going the distance. That one tried to capture the outer edge, did not. And it does seem like that outer side of the plate, which was very prevalent as a strike in game one, may not be here in game two. So the 2-2 delivery. Here's the pitch. And he got him to swing through that one. A big strikeout. Market strike number two. And so far, all of the outs have come via strikeout as Carson DeBow stepping on up. That one, a chopper out there, and that gets by. There will be no play. So a couple good hits, timely hits, that is, now loads the bases here for Northeast. Tide's turning just a bit as DeBow gets the fourth hit of the inning so far. Runners on every base as Kreinbrink steps on up to the plate. He shoots that one out there to short. The pick, the fire to second. There will be no exchanges. That will be out number three. But not before the damage has been done. And there was some action happening, and now we have a tie ball game here from Goose Lake. It's a 1-1 ball game as we come back, and when we do, it will be 5, 6, and 7 due up for the Cougars right after this here on the IA Baseball Network.
When it comes to protecting your home, you need more than just a contractor. You need a team that you can trust. And at IA Sports, we trust Lion Exteriors. They deliver expert roofing, siding, and exterior solutions built to last because your home deserves the best. With quality craftsmanship, honest service, and stress-free process from start to finish, they make upgrading your home simple and reliable. Whether it's storm damage, a full roof replacement, or a fresh new look, Lion Exteriors has you covered. Contact Noah today or visit lion-exteriors.com and tell them IA Sports sent you to schedule your free inspection. Lion Exteriors, protecting your kingdom.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It was a heck of an inning for both teams as both teams put up one as we now head into inning number 2, and appreciate you jumping along for the ride as always. Appreciate all the likes, subscribe, spreading the word. And man, if you wanted to spread the word, it was spread loud and proud in game 1 for Cascade, 14-0. And now, again, different game, different time, but boy, was that a statement win for the number 12th ranked team in 2A. And now it's time for the number 9 ranked team to get back at it here. Again, that last half inning, 4 hits, 1 run, 3 runners left on base for the Rebels. Vastly different here from the no hits, 1 run, and nobody left on base for Cascade and how they managed to poke across their first run. Pitcher battle, Eli Fritz stepping on up to the plate. He swings through that first one for strike 1. Fritz, 2 hits in the last game. In game 1, a double and a single. Takes a look at swings through strike 1. This is first at bat here of game 2. And the look, the fire. An off-speed pitch, looked like a slider, had a nice bite to it, but too far out of the zone as we even it up at 1 apiece. Again, absolute beautiful, pristine field here in Goose Lake, Iowa. Absolutely a fantastic backdrop for our 2A battle here today. And again, a conference battle here at that. And these two teams trading sweeps each of the last 3 seasons, but certainly looking to see potentially a split here. So far, this game off to a better start than game 1, but we'll see how it goes. The 2-2 delivery here from Milk. That one gets head out left side. Good pickup on the backhand. Fire across the diamond, and nicely done. A couple bounces doesn't matter as Gray, with a heck of an arm, had to backhand that near the grass. That shows you the talent that's on the field right now, and that is a loud out number 1. Brody Otting stepping on up to the plate. Chance to continue off of what he did in game 1. Picked up an RBI single as he slaps that one foul. The 0-1 count here, Northeast and Cascade. Conference rivals out of the North River Conference squaring off. Again, this is a battle that I would pay money for at the end of the year as well. I mean, certainly you got to have exciting matches all the way through, and this is certainly one that's been historically fun to watch. And, of course, last year going by the way of the conference champs in Northeast. A year before that, for Cascade. We'll see what the tiebreaker is here. Cascade already with a game 1 win. After the conversation, here's the pitch. This one gets hit up high. That one's tailing. That one finds its way into the outfield grass. A heck of a hit, and that one was just a seeing eye single. Looked like it had enough air to be caught, but man, did that one come down in a hurry. And that is
Next
the
up, the
first
left
hit
fielder,
of the ball
Tanner
game
Topping.
here for the Cougars. Now Tanner Topping stepping on up to the plate with a runner on and a chance. That one fouled back here. Always love to see the hands out. Going to catch them all. Man, I think that stems from something. Let me. I'll remember that. I'll remember. Hold on. But for right now, we have an 0-1 count. Runner on first. And a nice pitch on the upper edge here for strike 2. Good pop to that fastball. Again, Milk on the mound with some varsity action this year. Runner on first and the pitch, a little off speed. Tried to hit that same spot and nice thought, just couldn't quite connect in the eyes of blue behind the dish, I should say. The 1-2 delivery here from Milk. The look down the fire. Nice pitch. Man, he broke that one just a little bit, pulled the string, and had him looking. Strike out number 2.
Next up, the catcher, Tyler
And now
Smith.
with 2 straight outs, the catcher. Now the catcher in Taylor Smith. He sends that one out to short, and the fielder's choice will connect on that. So the fielder's choice, no harm, no foul, nothing happening there. It'll be the top of the lineup here for Cascade when we reach the third. But as we have 1 hit, no runs, and 1 runner left on base, it's still a 1-all ball game. As we continue on, and when we come back, it will be 8, 9, and 1 due up for the Rebels right after this here on the IA Baseball Network.
Oftentimes when you have an injury or fall and you're concerned, your first thought is to go to the emergency room. But with VMOS Urgent Injury Clinic, wait times are often a lot less and you can be seen at a lower cost.
If you know that your injury is related to bones, joints, muscles, ligaments, it's a great place to start.
From sprains and strains to fractures and even lacerations. We have 3 clinics for urgent injury that you can be seen at, and we have fantastic surgeons that we can consult and refer to when necessary.
Brody DeWitt.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Brody DeLitt doing the duties as leading off the bottom half of inning number 2. Fritz on the mound here once again for Cascade. That one was definitely in my hands if it would have come here. Who knows? I didn't bring my glove today, so I really can't say for sure. But nonetheless, an 0-1 count here to start things off to the leadoff man in the inning. That one too low, ball 1. These two teams well versed with each other. Again, they came in with 23 games played, now 24, and 14 of those games have gone to Cascade. The Rebels of Northeast trying to inch that closer to their side here. That one fouled back again. The 2-1 now brings it to 2-2. And Goose Lake, absolutely a great venue here, as that one is swung through and strike 3 again. You see the cornfield out behind. Absolute great venue. I mean, truly, it's award-winning. In fact, the Fields of Excellence Pioneer Award winner for 2025. As the strikeout now brings up Sam Ugraf to the plate. So second strikeout for Fritz on the game. Some good pitching as well as decent hitting here in game 2. Nice swing through, but couldn't connect here on the strike. 0-2 with 1 down. Fritz with the pitch. And some high heat, unable to connect there. Strike number 3, and in just 3 pitches, he dispatches the number 9 hole man for his 3rd strikeout of the game. And that now brings up the top of the lineup in Jade Milk.
Now up the pitcher, Jade Milk.
Milk struck out his first time up back in the 1st inning. And swings through that one here for strike 1. Again, it was a 14-0 win for Cascade in game 1. And the way the series has gone the last 3 or 4 years, it's been a sweep every time. And so looking to buck that trend is Northeast right now. They've tied it with Cascade, both teams putting up 1 run in the 1st. This one on a blooper out there to short. The nice pick and fire across the diamond. And it is out. Heck of a play. Shortstops flashing the leather and the arm here today as that goes a 1-2-3 inning as a 6-3 put out now brings us into the 3rd when we come back right here on the IA Baseball Network.
Sportsmanship means doing what's right, treating your opponent with respect no matter the score.
The guy across from you works really hard to get to where he's at, so you should respect him, respect all the work he's put in.
It always goes back to the golden rule, you know, treat people how you would like to be treated.
I'm sure if you play sports, you've been around people who are unkind during the sport, but it makes it better and when everybody's kind. You're out there playing a sport, you're out there to have fun. You can still want to win, but always be kind. Remember, that's a human.
Nothing you can say from the stands is going to change the call that they make on the field. No matter how hard you yell at them, they're going to stick with the call on the field. So it doesn't really help much. But what does help is encouraging your team when they're down, when the call doesn't go their way. Instead of yelling at the officials, try to help encourage your team and get them out of the funk that they're in, and try and get them in the right direction.
And welcome on back, ladies and gentlemen. The 3rd inning about to go down here from Goose Lake, Iowa, home of the Rebels from Northeast High School. Boy, it is picture perfect day for baseball, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you're enjoying it. Man, got the colored skies out there. You got some shades of orange, pink. Oh, man, of course, blue as well. Boy, the cornfield in the background. Oh, man, this is absolutely baseball in Iowa to a T, and absolutely love it. Again, award-winning baseball field here as we go ahead and get the 3rd inning underway with a strike 1 on a swing through. And again, it is Jake Hosch doing the duties out of the 9 hole. So 1-1 here. Now the count to the number 9 hole man out of Cascade. Hosch was hit by pitch, and the only time he reached the base paths here in game 1. The 2-1 delivery. Now the pitch. That one too far to the zone. 3-1. And a little bit of pitching was a little bit of an issue across game 1. And certainly Northeast does not want to have that repeat itself here. But it will be a little bit here because that is a 5-pitch walk. As Hosch will draw the walk here, he'll get onto the base pass for the 2nd time here today. And now we're right back up to the top of the lineup. Leo Noonan, who walked and stole a base his first time up. came around to score as well. The lone run of the game here for the Cougars. So with a runner on base, the bunt attempt laid down, but the throw will be to second. The tag not quite applied. That one gets into the outfield. Man, a second throw to second that was on time, just couldn't connect on the back end of that. And so that allows a second consecutive stolen base here. This time from the number 9 hole man in Hausch, as Noonan stands at the plate with a runner in scoring position. Cascade being very, very efficient with getting runners on and getting them in scoring position, as that one goes for strike one. The 1-1 count here. Now the pitch. That one, try to get him fishing on the inside here, 2-1. Again, the Rebels, the home team, facing off against Clinton, Beckman Catholic, and Western Dubuque in the next few games moving forward. And both of these squads are playing up several classes, including Cascade. And a couple games away, they're going to go and take on a home game against Dubuque Hempstead out of the 4A ranks. Now the pitch, that one is a shot right side, but that'll be foul on the wrong side of the chalk line anyway. Again, Cascade. Again, North Lynn after today. Then Hempstead, West Delaware, and Maquoketa is the slate here for the Cougars. And again, as you look here, they have favorable outcomes. They have a 14-2 series advantage over North Lynn, 6 games to 7 against Hempstead. So they are definitely holding their own in every way, shape possible here. The 3-2 count. The look, now the fire home. That one bounces, and that one gets a runner heading off to third. A little bit of trouble from game one, starting to creep its way in defensively. As now we have runners on the corners here with nobody out. And I take that back.
Next up,
the runner
14,
that
Nick
was
Hoffman.
headed off to third has been sent back to second. My guess is, well, you had to have hit him at this point. There's no other way that he would have been sent back. So nonetheless, it's still runners in scoring position for Cascade as they lay a bunt attempt down, and a nice attempt. No go on that one. And with nobody covering, we have runners on every base here for Cascade. So amounts to a bunt single here.
Next up, the third baseman, Kason Roush.
So a bunt hit has loaded the bases here, and Roush stepping on up to the plate. He was a 3-hit bid in game one. He brought in a run as well, had an extra base hit. So a guy that you really, really don't want up at the plate right now is standing here with the bases juiced and nobody out. The next pitch, that one tailing too far inside. So really trying to make sure that you don't lay one in there, but certainly you don't want to walk anybody. This is again, one of the batters you don't want to get in this situation against. Now the pitch, that one gets sliced foul out of play for strike one. So the 2-1 count And calling time here is Roush again. Roush in game one. Heck of an effort there. 3 hits. He drove in 2. Had an extra base hit as well. So he was busy in the game 1 win for Cascade. And now the 2-1 delivery. A nice bender gets it over, freezes him just a bit there. And in the end, we draw now even at 2-2. Lights on. It is primetime baseball here at Northeast High School. Milk with the pitch. That one couldn't find the edge as we draw it full. 4 hits here for Northeast. We have 2 hits so far for Cascade, and that's where we sit right now. Plenty of hits to go around, 1 run each for both teams. The 3-2 delivery. Now the pitch. And he got him swinging through that one. Heck of a at-bat. Milk stared at it. He was in a tough spot, and he accepted the challenge. He stepped up to it in a big way there. He picks up his 3rd strikeout of the game, and that was a big out to get. And now Jackson Green stepping up. Strikeout victim his first time up. Takes a look at strike 1. A nice breaker that he's found now a little bit of comfort with here. And he's going to look to find even more comfort to try and get out of this sticky situation. Uses that again, goes back to it, and that gets by into the outfield. 1 run has already come on home. The throw will not be in time, and Cascade now picks up the 2-run lead. It's now 3-1. So Jackson Green with the 2 RBI single. Now brings up a pitcher-pitcher battle as Eli Fritz steps up to the plate. A ground-out victim his last time up. So 3-1, and that one got him. And just like that, they trade what was a little bit of a promising push. Now back into a bases-loaded situation as Brody Otting steps on up to the plate. Make sure to check out more great action coming your way, which will be this Sunday as well, because you get to choose. You get to choose who is our performance of the week throughout this week. Go ahead and hit us up, whether you have our numbers. Go ahead and hit us up there, or hit us up iabaseball1@gmail.com, on Instagram, X, Facebook, doesn't matter. Find a way, get us performances of the week, because then you can vote on it, and you can have a performance of the week. Just like Easton Cox out of Pleasantville, he was voted our player of the week. Brought to you in part by DeMoss Orthopedics. Check them out today, demos.com. 0-1. And that one stays a little bit high as we even it up at 1 apiece. A 1-1 delivery, and that one gets shot up high. That one will be playable. Wow, that one carried just a little bit, as that one will score 1 run on the sacrifice. Nicely done. A good poke by Otting, as he will bring in the 4th run of the game here for Cascade.
Now up the left fielder, Tanner Topping.
And now Tanner Topping stepping on up to the plate. The left fielder struck out, looking his last time up. 2 down. Northeast trying to get out of this one here, as already 3 runs have crossed for Cascade. A 1-1 count here. Runners on first and second. Here's the look. Runners taken off. There will be a throw down to third, but that will almost got away just a little bit. In the end, a good challenge there behind the backstop. DeBow tried to thwart that one in the end. We go to a 2-1 count, and now runners on the corners. And that one gets on in there, dials in for strike 2. So 2s are wild here. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 runners on, and 2 down. 3 hits apiece for each squad.
No.
And now they got a little bit of a situation there, but they're going to keep it. Trying to take away and trying to tempt them on the throw to second. As Fritz stands on second now. So with a 4-1 advantage here. 7 total hits in this ball game. That one sails just outside, and that draws another full bases loaded situation. The 3rd time in this inning alone.
Next up, the catcher, Tyler Smith.
And now with Tyler Smith coming on up to the plate, represents batter number 9 of the inning. Runner on every base. Again, the 3rd time this inning that has happened. And now we go to 2-0. So 4-1 after 3 have already crossed here in this half inning here for Cascade. A big inning for them. That one couldn't catch the outer edge. We now draw 3-0. And Cascade also playing the patient game here. Again, fared well in game 1. Looking to try that here again in game 2. The next pitch found its way in off the knees. Strike 1. The 3-1 delivery, trying to get something more added on. And that one gets roped out there into left field, but nicely done on the run. Sosby will capture that one for out number 3, but not before more damage is done. In fact, to the tune of 3 runs, it's a 4-1 advantage, and we're going to be back with more. It's the bottom half. And when we come back, it will be 2, 3, and 4 due up for the Rebels right after this here on the IA Baseball Network.
Oftentimes when you have an injury or fall and you're concerned, your first thought is to go to the emergency room. But with DMOS Urgent Injury Clinic, wait times are often a lot less, and you can be seen at a lower cost.
If you know that your injury is related to bones, joints, muscles, ligaments, it's a great place to start.
From sprains and strains to fractures and even lacerations, we have 3 clinics for urgent injury that you can be seen at. and we have fantastic surgeons that we can consult and refer to when necessary.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Eskelson up to the plate here for the Rebels as we take a look at the Cascade last half. I mean, the top half of the third. It was 2 hits to bring across 2 runs. Now we have 3 hits apiece for each squad and a 4-1 advantage here as we enter the bottom of the third for the visiting Cascade Cougars. And again, starting off, Exelson singled in his first trip up. That'd be a second hit of the day. And swings through that one, a hard, healthy hack, but could not come up with that. We go to 2-1. And that will allow a runner onto the base pass here. Much needed one here for the Rebels.
Next up, the first
You got
baseman,
some speed in
Cleaver.
Exelson onto the base pass here. And so now Kale Cleaver up to the plate. He swings through that one for strike 1 on a foul back. And 3 hits in the last half inning for Cascade. They now have, again, 4 overall on the game. And meanwhile, 3 hits so far for the Rebels of Northeast as that one goes in for an 0-2 count. Looking to try and add to that mark here. Again, make sure to check out all the great performances and get yours in. Nominate yours. Hit us up, iabaseball1@gmail.com. iabaseball1@gmail.com. Again, we'll put it up on here for you. iabaseball1@gmail.com. A chance to go ahead and reach out to us for where we should go, what broadcast should we do, where should we be, and what big events, what big time things have happened in the baseball world here in Iowa, as that now draws the count full at 3-2. And again, you have the power here. You have the chance to go ahead and nominate as well as award who is our performance of the week. Just make sure to go out there and vote. Head to the IA Baseball YouTube page, and when you do, you'll be able to go ahead and vote for your winner, just like Easton Cox did out of Pleasantville, our week 1 performance of the week. Runner taken off. That one is a 2-hopper out there to short. Nice arm across the dish it goes, and that'll capture the out. But meanwhile, second runner, I should say, in scoring position here for the Rebels.
Next up, the left fielder, Connor Sosby.
And now Connor Sosby a chance to play a little hero here. Knocked one in the inning number 1, looking to add another here as we enter the third. He takes a look at his first pitch in there for strike 1. The Iowa Central commit looking to try and etch their way a little bit back into the score here. They tied it up at 1, and then from there, it was a 3 spot in the top half of the inning that Cascade broke the door open and has the 3-run advantage right now. And 7 total hits. There's been plenty so far anyway. The 0-2 count. Fritz with the look, and he'll fire. That one just got a piece of that, stayed back, really showed the patience and really what Iowa Central was looking for out of recruiting. Again, several places looking, and of course, Iowa Central is going to get a heck of an athlete here in the next year. The 0-2 delivery, check swing. Did he finally stay that way? He did. He did. So 1-2 with the count. Sosby looking to deposit one. And the pitch. He sends that one high. That one gets some length to it. That one's going. And that one's gone! A home run. Connor Sosby sends it out dead center. And that is how you put an exclamation mark on there. Heck of a shot for Sosby. One of his first home runs and long balls of the season. And that is how you bring excitement here. Heck of an at-bat. He sends that one out on a 2-strike count. And now we have business here. It's a 4-3 ball game.
Next up, the
You could tell he was
Kobe
hunting that
Gray.
pitch and hunting it well. He did. Happy hunting and successful hunting as he puts one out of here. And that is, again, his first home run of the 2026 season. First of many. And we'll make sure to have that on the highlight reel for sure. That one from Colby Gray is sent back for strike one. That one looked like it had a lot of height to it, but just kept carrying. It had a motor to it. That one right up the middle from whence it came. Heck of a hitting spree we're on now. Now, after the 2-run home run, Gray puts up his first hit of the ball game and keeps things rolling here.
Now up the catcher, Carson DeBow.
Carson DeBow, who singled his first time up, looking to add more to the mix here. Plenty of action already here in this one. Now 5 total hits for the Rebels. Nearly identical in the hit column right now. The 0-1 delivery, a bunt attempt showed, and the throw down to first. Did he get him? He got him.
Oh, come on.
He got him.
Golden State.
We have a little bit of confusion here, but the field ump did say out, and he is once again confirming out. Wow. What a play from behind the dish. Smith showing some heads-up work and a strong arm there. That is fun to watch for sure. Coach Walrall coming out to have a little bit of conversation, more just clearance on what's going on. But, man, that was a bang-bang play, and you have got to have confidence from behind the plate if you're going to make that kind of throw. That was a heck of a throw. That was fun to watch. And this Cascade team, I tell you what, they are really fun. Both these teams are just a thrill to watch, and we get the chance early season to have a game like this. We can definitely count ourselves lucky. Again, that one is confirmed to be an out. Confirmed to be out, and so that marks it out number 2. Runner is taken off the base pass here. So Gray picked off. And now again, DeBow with a 2-1 count, trying to do something here, trying to continue this inning. This inning has had quite a bit. As that one draws 3-1 now the count. Heck of a play, heck of an effort. Man, that's what you get out of this kind of an atmosphere. These two teams have really shown year in and year out. That one goes in for the strike there as well. So as we draw the count full here, lightning being flashed every single way, defensively and offensively. That one too far outside despite what Smith was thinking. That one draws a walk, and so what could have been runners on first and second, we get one runner on first as Kreinbrick stepping on back up to the plate. So far, he's reached on a fielder's choice. Runner on first and a chance to continue this. Kreinbrick takes a look, swings a good swing, just could not come up with it. 0-1 with the count. One runner on, 0-1 the count. Now the pitch. That one almost had that one, and I think he knew it. Fouls that one back, and now down to his last strike of the at-bat. And 4 hits for Cascade, 5 for Northeast up to this point. A 4-3 ball game. We've had a long ball. We've had a pickoff from home. We've had some excellent shortstop play today, in Game 2 anyway. And, man, Game 2 has been off to an absolute thrilling start here. And he chased that one out of the zone, obliged on an outside heater, and that goes for strikeout number 4. Fritz puts down 4, and now that's how he puts down the inning. But not before a big bomb from Connor Sosby gets the Rebels within 1, and we continue on right after this. It's a 4-3 ball game. Cascade right after this here on the iBaseball Network.
Oftentimes when you have an injury or fall and you're concerned, your first thought is to go to the emergency room. But with DMOS Urgent Injury Clinic, wait times are often a lot less, and you can be seen at a lower cost.
If you know that your injury is related to bones, joints, muscles, ligaments, it's a great place to start.
From sprains and strains to fractures and even lacerations, we have 3 clinics for urgent injury that you can be seen at, and we have fantastic surgeons that we can consult and refer to when necessary.
Student council really was a good opportunity for me to understand myself as an individual leader and understand the best way for me to help other people.
Student council provides you with these skills that will last you not just through high school, not just through college if that's something you want to do, but for the rest of your life.
It's much better to face those obstacles now and learn how to overcome them so that when they take that next step, they already have some of those skills in place to cope and overcome and become the best version of themselves that they can be.
Being in a place where you feel like you belong and finding kind of your voice is so important.
By being around other leaders, you really soak up all of that leadership, and it just makes you want to become a better leader.
There's people out there who have a capability for change and are willing to go out and create that change. And if I associate myself with them, I'll be a part of that grand scheme of things that's bringing positivity and positive change throughout the state.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Jake Hotch doing the duties as a bunt attempt laid down and tried to sneak one by him. And in the end, no-go, good defense here from Northeast as they secure out number 1.
Next up, the shortstop.
And with the shortstop coming on up next, Leo Noonan. He reached on a walk and stole a base and later added a knock of his own as, again, he is looking to help this team go for a sweep. That one too far outside. So top of the 4th, here we are. 1 down and a 1-1 count. Top of the lineup here. Noonan already with the knock here in this one. That one too low and off the shoe tops here for ball 2. That one a little too high, making it ball 2 and an even count, 2-2. And now with the count drawn full here, we have, again, 1 down. And the leadoff man in Leo Noonan, already with action on the base pass for him. He shoots that one and a shot right side, but foul ball. Goose Lake, our beautiful backdrop here at Northeast High School. That is the battlegrounds for number 9 Northeast Rebels and the 12th ranked Cascade Cougars going in a conference showdown here. That one on a 2-hopper out there to second. A good pick and fire will secure the out. So a good 1-2 punch here as Noonan is set down on the 4-3 put out. And now that brings up Nick Hoffman to the plate. He had a bunt single and a strikeout in 2 trips. So with 2 down, first one is ball 1. Lots of fun had here already in this game. It has been a back and forth battle here. We've had, again, Cascade use patience and some timely hitting to poke across 1 in the first, 3 in the third. Meanwhile, the powerful Northeast Rebels, 1 in the first and a 2-run shot by Sosby in the third. That's where we now have come to a 4-3 battle right now, as this count has now drawn 2-1. And a good off speed had him thinking one way. That was a tail out there. Wow, that was a sharp break. That's exactly what you draw up here when you go ahead and practice. The 2-2 delivery now. And the pitch. That one a little too far inside. Had a duck out of danger there. Brings the count full. Again, a little bit of a drastic difference here between these 2 games. In game 1 was all Cascade from the get-go but now this has been just as evenly as a matchup here in game 2 as you can get. And that one caught the outside corner just when I thought the outside corner wouldn't be there. It is, and that accounts for another strikeout here. Mark that strikeout number 4 for Milk on the day as he goes ahead and helps send us into the bottom half of inning number 4. And we will have more action coming on up, including the game life stats right now as we continue on here from IA Baseball's coverage, Goose Lake.
When it comes to protecting your home, you need more than just a contractor. You need a team that you can trust. And at IA Sports, we trust Lion Exteriors. They deliver expert roofing, siding, and exterior solutions built to last because your home deserves the best. With quality craftsmanship, honest service, and stress-free process from start to finish, they make upgrading your home simple and reliable. Whether it's storm damage, a full roof replacement, or a fresh new look, Lion Exteriors has you covered. Contact Noah today or visit lion-exteriors.com and tell them IA Sports sent you to schedule your free inspection. Lion Exteriors, protecting your kingdom.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Let's take a look at the game so far. Brought to you by Insolites at insolites.com. As we take a look at the inning-by-inning mark up to this point, we have 4 hits for Cascade. They have pushed across 4 runs in the process. Meanwhile, 6 hits for Northeast, and they have managed 3 runs in the process, trying to add to that mark here as we get things rocking in the bottom half of the inning. And it's Dellett starting things off here as he gets his second trip up to the base pass, looking to try and avenge his strikeout from his first. Swinging through that one here for strike one. Again, it was a 14-0 win for Cascade in game one. In the last 3 to 4 years, it's been sweep city everywhere you go. And so this series looks like it's going to go one way or another. But game two here looks like it could go to either one of them. A 2-1 count here to the number 8-hole man for the Rebels. And he wisely lays off of that one here as we go 3-1. A 3-1 delivery now with a chance to do something big. Takes a look at that for strike two, brings the count full here. Just the third time we've had a full count for Cascade pitching in game two, I should say, for Fritz. And that one wisely lays off that high heat, and that goes for ball four. Runner onto the base pass here. That is the second straight inning that the leadoff man has gotten on base here for the Rebels. And now Coach coming on out as he will go ahead and find a new one to hurl on the mound right now, as that is all she wrote for Fritz on the mound here in game two. 4 strikeouts for him across his 3 innings plus of work. And we will have a new hurler on the mound when we come back. We'll tell you all about the changes, as it looks like Hoffman, if I'm not mistaken, is getting the chance, but we'll tell you and confirm it when we come back.
Oftentimes when you have an injury or fall and you're concerned, your first thought is to go to the emergency room. But with DMOS Urgent Injury Clinic, wait times are often a lot less, and you can be seen at a lower cost.
If you know that your injury is related to bones, joints, muscles, ligaments, it's a great place to start.
From sprains and strains to fractures and even lacerations. We have 3 clinics for urgent injury that you can be seen at, and we have fantastic surgeons that we can consult and refer to when necessary.
Sportsmanship means doing what's right, treating your opponent with respect, no matter the score.
The guy across from you works really hard to get to where he's at, so you should respect him, respect all the work he's put in.
It always goes back to the golden rule, you know, treat people how you would like to be treated.
I'm sure if you play sports, you've been around people who are unkind during the sport, but it makes it better and when everybody's kind. You're out there playing a sport, you're out there to have fun. You can still want to win, but always be kind. Remember, that's a human.
Nothing you can say from the stands is going to change the call that they make on the field. No matter how hard you yell at them, they're going to stick with the call on the field. So it doesn't really help much. But what does help is encouraging your team when they're down, when the call doesn't go their way. Instead of yelling at the officials, try to help encourage your team and get them out of the funk.
Well, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Here, while we were in our commercial break, a hit right to the pitcher ended up thwarting the lead base runner here for the Rebels, as again a fielder's choice for Ugraf, and Dellitz is set down for out number 1. So with an 0-1 count here, 1 down and 1 runner on, new pitcher Mick Hoffman. He gets a swing and miss, and he does seem to have some nice swing and miss stuff. As Hoffman fills in for Fritz after going 3 innings and 4 strikeouts. Did end up giving up 6 hits in the process. That one is laced right into the outfield, right back up the middle. And that's how we now have runners in at first and second. And back into scoring position go the Rebels here.
Now up the center fielder, Maxon Eskelsen.
As Milk deposits his first hit of the ball game. And Eskelsen already with 2 trips and 2 trips to the base pass here. He singled in the first, walked back in the third. And Fritz moves from pitcher to center field, it looks like. And again, Hoffman standing on the mound. That one gets ripped foul, strike one. And 2 down here in the bottom half of inning number 4. This one has been a back and forth here. Again, both teams have answered in the same inning in the first and the third. But looking to break that tie right now are the Rebels, and Eskinson takes a good hack but comes up empty here for an 0-2 count. Again, both teams scored 1 run apiece in the first, and the Cascade Cougars scored 3 in the third. Meanwhile, in the bottom half of the third, a 2-run homer by Sosby brought the score where it is, 4-3. And again, 6 hits for the home team, 4 for the Cascade visiting Cougars. 1-2 delivery. Tried to be the maestro and paint the outside corner, but could not quite find it. We even up the count at 2 apiece. Again, as we look on that one, not quite. We go 3-2 here, the score. Coming up for the Cascade Cougars here, Northland next, followed by another home game against Dubuque Hempstead. Then they're away against West Delaware on the 3rd, and a doubleheader against Makokada on the 4th, as that one is swung through strike. As Eskinson sat down for the first time here in this one, and Kale Cleaver now stepping on up with 2 down. So with 2 runners on, that one goes for ball 1. Again, Cascade will take on Northland on the 29th at home, and then on June 2nd, they will take on Dubuque Hempstead. That series just 1 game apart. Again, 6 and 7 are Cascade in that overall series. Then they head to West Delaware for a 1 road game, and then back home on the 4th to take on Makokada. So the 1-1 count here as Cleaver, stepping on in, 1 for 2 again, singled back in the first. He has a chance to get something more happening here. A late swing, got a piece of it set up, but it still goes for strike 2. And he swings through that one. That was a strikeout. That was just a go after him, try and beat me type of fastball. Got it on by him. And 2 back-to-back strikeouts here for Cascade, and Hoffman ends up thwarting what was a promising inning for Northeast. And we remain a 4-3 ball game as we head into the 5th, coming on up. And when we do, it will be Roush, Green, Fritz due up next.
Sportsmanship means doing what's right, treating your opponent with respect, no matter the score.
The guy across from you works really hard to get to where he's at, so you should respect him, respect all the work he's put in.
It always goes back to the golden rule, you know, treat people how you would like to be treated.
I'm sure if you play sports, you've been around people who are unkind during the sport, but it makes it better and when everybody's kind. You're out there playing a sport, you're out there to have fun. You can still want to win, but always be kind. Remember, that's a human.
Nothing you can say from the stands is going to change the call that they make on the field. No matter how hard you yell at them, they're going to stick with the call on the field. So it doesn't really help much, but what does help is encouraging your team when they're down, when the call doesn't go their way. Instead of yelling at the officials, try to help encourage your team and get them out of the funk that they're in and try and get them in the right direction.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we are back at it. The fifth inning is underway as we get rocking and rolling here from Goose Lake, Iowa. Phenomenal outing as we get going, and that is first pitch here of the inning. A 1-0 count here now to Roush. Roush so far sacrifice RBI, is strikeout. And even though he hasn't gotten on base, he has been effective. Again, one of the guys that is just so clutch, so consistent, and everywhere you want to be. He is absolutely just fun to watch here in the process as well. The 2-0 count now in there for 2-1. More highlights, more everything, more of what you want in high school baseball coming your way every Monday on High and Tight, as that one is in there for strike two, a low one off the shoot tops, but in there for the strike. Again, we go through, Cade, Nissen, and myself, go through everything from highlights to rankings, individual positions, and more everywhere across the slate, as that one is an off speed that frustrated the likes of Roush, and he gets set down on strikes for the second time here in game two. Now that'll bring up Jackson Green to the plate.
Jackson Green.
Green has a strikeout and a 2-run single that broke this one open here, and it was a big part of that 3-run third. He takes a big strike on the outer edge, and now that zone seems to be kind of it's seems to be equal across the board, but that zone seems to be breaking its way more towards the outside. Regardless, I think Milk has found a little bit of, not a little bit, a lot of game in that off-speed breaker there. That has been effective here in game two. And that one, a high heater. Good job to stay onto it just a little bit, but Green fouls that one back, and it remains an 0-2 count. 1 run for each squad in the first, and then the third, 3 from Cascade, 2 from Northeast, and that's where we stand right now. The pitch. That one gets set high. That one's lifted. That one has some carry to it, and that will be foul. That was a heck of a hit. Don't know if it would have necessarily cleared the fence, though, with the height, but it definitely had some distance to it, and we remain 0-2. Now the next pitch. That one gets set high. That one will be playable, though, up by third. And coming up to snag that will be Kreinbrink, as he'll secure out number 1. Out number 2, excuse me.
Now up the left fielder, Eli Fritz.
And now Eli Fritz, who has moved out to the outfield from pitcher. He has a ground out and been hit by pitch in 2 trips. Looking to get his first official hit here in game 2. And again, that breaker finds a slider, and it looks like that curve a little bit has found its niche here in game 2 here for Milk. Absolutely. There's been some dominating pitches, and he is just on fire at this point. So far, 5 strikeouts, looking for a third, and that would be very much needed to give them their first 1-2-3 defensive inning of the day. And he got him to swing through it, but he has to complete the play, and there will be no completed play. So despite strikeout number 6 on the game here for Milk, that does not mean that the inning is over. The drop third strike now brings up Brody Otting to the plate. He's had a productive outing so far. He's struck out, but he's had a sacrifice RBI in the process as well. Over half of the runs here for Cascade here in game 2 have been sacrifice runs. So a runner standing on first. Milk battling it out here with Otting. the number 6 hole man here for the Cougars. The pitch. That one right back up the middle from whence it came. A good play, and it looks like the foot race will belong to Milk. Thought he could have tossed it, but in the end, won the race nonetheless. And that is how we get out of it. So not the traditional 1-2-3, but 1-2-3-esque. As that one, the 1-3 unassisted, will go ahead and capture out number 3. So nothing going in there, no hits, no runs, no errors, nothing on the docket here, as we will now flip on over to the bottom half. It'll be Sosby, Gray, and Debo coming on up when we return right here on the IA Baseball Network.
.62, Coach. 62. First down. We're doing this so that the kids can continue to play. Like we used to enjoy playing when I was in high school. I understand how fun it was, and I want that same fun to be had by the kids now. So that's why we need more officials to keep these games going on.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, inside the broadcast. Andrew Brown here for game number 2 of the Twin Bill between the conference rivals in Northeast and Cascade. As we go through, it is now the bottom half of inning number 5, and the home run hitter himself, Connor Sosby, who set a 2-run bomb over the center field fence in inning number 3, standing up with a bases empty situation and a chance to try and do more damage. So far, 2 for 2, and is driven into. The pitch, a nice biting slider, but too far out of the zone in the dirt. Sosby committed to Iowa Central following his time here. And that one catches a little bit of the outer edge. That zone seems to have shifted from beginning until now. It's been consistent, both teams anyway, as that one sent foul back out of play. But honestly, it's really hard to tell sometimes. Both of these pitching staffs have found ways to make that ball bite towards the edge and do a great job of it. So they have done a heck of a job at hitting the corners, at hitting their spots. And again, it is fun to watch here as that draws the count now 2-2. The 2-2 delivery, Sosby wisely lays off. That one in the dirt, ball 3. And this is one where, honestly, you have a guy that can send it over the fence. You might not want to give him too much to work with. If you're trying to be strategic, if you want to go after him, sure, go out and challenge him. But, man, this is a guy who is already shown in this game to send it over the fence. But then again, Cascade pitching has been pretty strong up to this point. So we'll see what the battle is like here on a 3-2 count. The pitch, and he challenged him, went after him, and went up the ladder. Sosby could not connect up with that one. That is his first time not on the base pass here in game 2, as that is the strikeout. Mark it the 3rd for Hoffman on the game, as Colby Gray stepping on up to the plate. 1 for 2 with a single back in 3rd. And a swing through there brings that count now at a 1-1 mark here with 1 down. Here's the delivery. That one a little bit high and inside. Wisely lays off. 2-1. Again, Northeast following their time here goes and battles Clinton and a doubleheader against Beckman Catholic in their next 2 homestands. They are 3 wins. They have 3 wins against Clinton in the series, and then they're looking to try and even that mark up against Beckman Catholic at home before they take to the road on June 8th against Western Dubuque in a doubleheader at Farley Park. That one catches the outer edge here, so the 2-strike count turns to 3, and now you can make that 4 strikeouts on the game for Hoffman. A great reliever coming in.
Next hit, the catcher.
As so
Carson
far, he has
DeBow.
done all the work here in the bottom half of inning number 5 as the catcher in Carson DeBow standing up to the plate. That one sent foul there. Kind of, he might have had that one if he connected. That one could have gone. Outfield, infield, normal depth, slightly to the right. That one swung through for strike 2. Outfield, middle depth. Again, haven't had too many shifts here defensively for either squad here in this game. That one gets away from him. 1-2 here the count. Again, the Rebels take on Clinton on June 2nd. That's their next game, followed by a June 4th doubleheader home against Beckman Catholic. That one sails away here for ball 2. And again, Cascade, following tonight, they take on North Lynn at home on the 29th. Following that, a home battle against Dubuque Hempstead on the 2nd. As that one got him guessing there, and a high breaker nicely into the zone, swung on and come up empty. That makes it out number 3, and that is how you retire a side. Strikeouts 3, 4, and 5 here for Hoffman as he sets down the Northeast order in order as that goes. And now we have 5 innings complete in the books. Cascade holding the edge 4-3. And when we come back, it will be 7, 8, and 9 due up here for the Cougars when we come back right after this.
When it comes to protecting your home, you need more than just a contractor. You need a team that you can trust. And at IA Sports, we trust Lion Exteriors. They deliver expert roofing, siding, and exterior solutions built to last because your home deserves the best. With quality craftsmanship, honest service, and stress-free process from start to finish, they make upgrading your home simple and reliable. Whether it's storm damage, a full roof replacement, or a fresh new look, Lion Exteriors has you covered. Contact Noah today or visit lion-exteriors.com and tell them IA Sports sent you to schedule your free inspection. Lion Exteriors, protecting your kingdom.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We have a new pitcher on the mound for the Northeast Rebels. Connor Sosby looks to be on the bump. Hadn't had a whole lot of varsity pitching action last year, just 8 innings under his belt. But already here in Game 2 of the 2026 season, he has come in relief of Milk, who went 5 innings worth of work, 6 strikeouts. He did give up 4 hits. In the end, that's a pretty good outing here for Milk. Could have gone the distance just a little bit, but in the end, I completely get it. You got to do what you got to do and what you feel. Coach Woro is very much in tune with the baseball world and the baseball side of things, so can't really doubt too much, question too much of where he's at with that. Right now is a good chance for you to make sure to check out the Batting Donut, thebattingdonut.com. We will have giveaways, secret giveaways. We'll give you a chance to hear what that secret word is and a chance for you to message us that secret word. If you message us that word, you could earn yourself a batting donut. The bat weight that is in 9 and 16 ounce varieties and pays homage to one of the best breakfast foods you could ever have in donuts. All right, we resume action. Connor Sosby on the mound, and that one, first pitch. That one gets set, and that one is out. First pitch goes to the wall, and that will at least be a standing double here for Cascade as they start the inning with a bang. That is Tanner Topping. That's his first hit of the ball game as he sends that one into the outfield. And again, a heck of a stop. A heck of a hit there. That is his 4th hit of the doubleheader here. And now Tyler Smith, who has hit less so far, looking to try and get a knock here. So the runner on second, a chance to get something more rolling here. 1-0 the count. Again, we haven't had any scoring since the third inning, and it was the third inning which had 5 total runs, 3 of which came from Cascade, 2 of which came from a 2-run shot by the man on the mound right now, Connor Sosby. Aside from that, each scored 1 run in the first, and that's where we stand right now. 4-3 is the mark. 7 hits for the host Rebels here for Cascade. 5 for Cascade. And we have a 1-1 count here with a runner on second, nobody down. Ludwig with the leadoff double on the very first pitch he saw. That one gets sent back. High and tight again, coming your way every single Monday. Chance for you to catch up on all the great highlights across the state and for you to get your voice in. Hit us up, iabaseball1@gmail.com, or wherever you can find us on social media. Hit us up or get us a mailbag question that we can help answer. That's right. Or, hey, do you want to just let off some steam? Do you want to go ahead and give us your thoughts? Is there something that you think would benefit the show, benefit IA Baseball? Hit us up, let us know. And as always, get those phones out. Highlight everything that happens because you guys out there are the ones that are seeing all this, and we appreciate all the love. That one on a roller out to short. The pickup by Gray, across the diamond he goes. A nice snag there, and that is good defense. And I said it once and I said it again. There's some good shortstop play here, and it's been showing off tonight for sure. In the meantime there, Ludwig advances to third on the ground out. And we have a pitch hitter on, and gonna take a look at here. Number 28, Chance Green. The junior has 4 at-bats so far this season, has 1 single to his credit.
Chance Green.
He comes in place of Hausch, who went 0 for 1 with a walk and a stolen base. So right now, trying to make some moves here to change up the landscape just a bit. Cascade trying desperately to bring in that run and get a 2-run advantage here. They have held the edge at this entire game. In fact, this entire doubleheader, they have held an advantage. Runner on third, that one in there for the strike. No balls, 1 strike. We'll see what happens here. Sosby on the mound. A runner here and Ludwig out of Cascade. Just 1 stride away from home. The nice swing there comes up empty, though, from Green. If you're Sosby right now, the main priority is making sure that it's somewhat of a swing and miss stuff here. The 0-2 delivery. And fire. And that one on a chopper, but that one's on the wrong side of the chalk line. We stay it at 0-2. More IA Baseball live stream broadcast from Urbandale and a handful of games on Saturday. Make sure to catch us up there. And again, secret word can earn you a free batting donut, courtesy of the Batting Donut. The 0-2 delivery, that one sails high and nicely done. DeBow behind the backstop there, saving what could have been a run if that one got away. One-two delivery coming on up. And the fire, the heat, that one got hit out. That one's headed towards the gap, and that will find the fence out in left field, and that will be at least a stand-up double. And what was one strike away from getting out of the at-bat, that turns into a Green 1-run double. So the pitch hitter comes in clutch as the junior now secures a 2-run advantage here for Cascade.
Leo Noonan.
And the top of the lineup right back at it again as Noonan steps up here for his 4th at-bat. Here in the 6th inning. So far he has stolen base. He has got on twice. He has stolen a base. He has been effective in his own right. Sosby with a chance to try and stop the bleeding a little bit. Corners in here defensively for Northeast. The pitch, that one sailed a bit on him. Tried to put some extra mustard on that one. Again, pitch hitter in green, the junior, poked one out there into the left center field gap, plating one more. It is now a 5-3 advantage here for the Cougars. That one dialed in for the strike. So 1-1 with the count, runner on second. Already 1 run home here in the top half of inning number 6. And the delivery. Gosh, he went up the ladder on that one to try and connect. And boy, if he would have connected, that probably would have been sailing for a while. But in the end, we sit here 1-2, 1 down. Sosby looking to home in on his 1-2 count. And the pitch. That one got a little too much on it and just let that one tail a little bit on him. Big situation here in this one. 5 runs have crossed here for the visiting Cougars as they aim to go to 3-1 on the season. That would mean a sweep here, 2 sweeps over Northeast in the last 3 years. But Northeast trying to stop that here. A nice heater just on the outer edge too far. Brings it full. Northeast, again, the team that swept Cascade last year en route to a conference championship. The 3-2 and the fire. That one gets set out, and that will be long gone the wrong direction here. 3-2, the count remains. A 3-2 count with 1 down, 1 runner on. The pitch. That one too far in, too close to the knees. That will put runners on first and second now. And some danger here as Cascade has once again proven that they are more than capable of turning a couple runners on into a huge inning.
Mick Hoffman.
So the walk now puts Noonan on the base passes for the second time. Hoffman looking to avenge as he has a 1-for-3 night going. Bunt single back in the third. 2 strikeouts as well, though. The 0-1 delivery, the pitch. That one not quite in the zone. It's been a back and forth, but man, Cascade has continued to put that pressure on with runners in scoring position in all but one inning in game two. And man, they have crossed game one every inning. They had that happen. So this is a squad that definitely seems to be rising in the ranks. A 1-1. Nicely done. Sosby with a good place fastball on the outer edge. Both these teams, well evenly matched, both these teams on meteoric rises in their trajectory here. Of course, number 9 here for the Rebels in the latest ranking, number 12 for the Cascade Cougars. The 1-2, that one laid off here, evens it up. The 2-2 delivery here from Connor Sosby on the mound. He'll look and he'll fire. A good breaker, but didn't quite find the zone enough. We draw it full 3-2. A full count. Sosby trying to get something, trying to get a swing and miss, trying to get that fish to bite, but no go. We bring it full now. With 2 runners on, here's the pitch. That one sliced out of play. We remain a full count. $12 total hits in this one. The edge belonging to Northeast, and that one hit high. That one will not be playable. And second straight time, we are heading into a full count. The 3-2 delivery, that one set high, and that one is out of play. So 3 straight foul balls. He is taking the best of Sosby and fouled it off 3 times, looking to try and poke one across here. That one got away, and that was ball 4. That will be back-to-back walks by Sosby as Hoffman onto the base pass. And boy, what a familiar scene we have seen over the course of the last 2 games. Bases loaded here for Cascade. Only the second time we've seen that here in game 2, but we saw that at least 6 times across game 1. So again, thanks for joining us, ladies and gentlemen, here. Game 1 went by the way of the Cascade Cougars 14-0. And meanwhile, game 2 here, Cascade holds the 2-run edge. And Roush swings through that one, and a healthy hack at that, but comes up empty. 0-1. Again, bases are absolutely filled and littered with Cougars up to this point. That one sails a bit high. We now draw the count 1-1. One and one with our count, and runners everywhere. Cougars all over the field. Here's the pitch. That one also high, 2-1. The next pitch, too far outside as well. A 3-2 count. That one goes for ball 4, and Sosby has walked in run number 6 on the ball game here for the Cougars as they have now doubled their lead. It's a 6-3 mark. And we'll have a little bit of a meeting on the mound here. We'll see what's what here as we continue to roll. Sosby, it looks to be done with his time on the mound as we have had 2 runs cross here in this inning for the Cougars already. And we will have a new pitcher to talk about when we come back. It's more IA Baseball's coverage, Northeast Cascade, after this.
When it comes to protecting your home, you need more than just a contractor, you need a team that you can trust. And at IA Sports, we trust Lion Exteriors. They deliver expert roofing, siding, and exterior solutions built to last because your home deserves the best. With quality craftsmanship, honest service, and stress-free process from start to finish, they make upgrading your home simple and reliable. Whether it's storm damage, a full roof replacement, or a fresh new look, Lion Exteriors has you covered. Contact Noah today or visit lion-exteriors.com and tell them IA Sports sent you to schedule your free inspection. Lion Exteriors, protecting your kingdom.
Oftentimes when you have an injury or fall and you're concerned, your first thought is to go to the emergency room. But with DMOS Urgent Injury Clinic, wait times are often a lot less and you can be seen at a lower cost.
If you know that your injury is related to bones, joints, muscles, ligaments, it's a great place to start.
From sprains and strains to fractures and even lacerations, we have 3 clinics for urgent injury that you can be seen at, and we have fantastic surgeons that we can consult and refer to when necessary.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Kreinreck on the mound here, the third pitcher of the ball game for the Rebels as they try and avoid the sweep here. And now it is time and Roush with the walk brings up Jackson Green to the plate. The bases filled situation. That one's high. That one is catchable and nicely done on the catch behind the dish. Debo with a heck of a play gets a big batter out in Green as the pop out to the catcher now brings up Eli Fritz to the plate. Fritz so far has grounded out, been hit by pitch and struck out, but that was a drop third strike. He managed to come around and make it on. So bases are filled and more bad times as that was a hit by pitch. That will bring in run number 7 on the game here as Cascade has now broken it open with 3 runs here in the inning.
Next up, the first baseman, Brody Odding.
And now with the infield just a bit in, just still double play depth for the middle infield. That one by, again, Brody Odding, slap foul here for strike 1. Again, there is 2 down, so there is solace that this inning can end here sometime shortly. The 0-1, though, that's too high and inside. Some chin music brings the count even at 1-1. The 1-1 delivery, that one, a slow roller catches the outer edge just enough here. And now with a 1-2 count, here's the delivery. That one on a chopper right side, and that will be a foot race to the bag for out number 3, and it will be out number 3. And that's how she does it. The inning is done, but not before 3 runs have crossed the plate. And it has been efficient work. A trio of walks, a double, 2 doubles, in fact, have brought through a 7-3 ball game to this point. And now it is the time for Northeast to try and get back into this one. We'll be back with more here on the iBaseball Network.
Sportsmanship means doing what's right, treating your opponent with respect, no matter the score.
The guy across from you works really hard to get to where he's at, so you should respect him, respect all the work he's put in.
It always goes back to the golden rule, you know, treat people how you would like to be treated.
I'm sure if you play sports, you've been around people who are unkind during the sport, but it makes it better and when everybody's kind. You're out there playing a sport, you're out there to have fun. You can still want to win, but always be kind. Remember, that's a human.
Nothing you can say from the stands is going to change the call that they make on the field. No matter how hard you yell at them, they're going to stick with the call on the field. So it doesn't really help much, but what does help is encouraging your team when they're down, when the call doesn't go their way. Instead of yelling at the officials, try to help encourage your team and get them out of the funk that they're in and try and get them in the right direction.
Welcome on back, ladies and gentlemen. And yes, Wesley, we zoomed in here for you. If you need more, hey, let us know. Hit us up. This is your broadcast. We want to make sure that you enjoy this. As, again, we continue on here. And we have a 1-1 count here to start things off as we get rocking and rolling. That one sent out of play, foul. And Kreinbreck with a shot right side, and that is a nice pickup, a nice kind of regrouping there from the second baseman, as that will secure out number 1.
Next up, number 20, Brody DeLitt.
And now Brody DeLitt, stepping on up. He has reached once, been caught out at second from the lead runner, but he has reached the base pass once, and he's going to try to do some more damage here. His team is down by 4 at this point. A 1-1 count. Again, anything in this broadcast that you're thinking of, anything you want to reach out and talk about, we're here to help that. That one off the catcher's mask with a high jump there. So 2-1 the count here again. Northeast trying to claw their way back. It was a 1-run game after 3, but since then it has been only scoring from Cascade as they put up 3 runs in the top half of this inning. And that's where we stand right now. It's a full count. And that one too far outside draws a runner onto the base pass here with 1 down. Northeast trying to get back into this one. Sam Ugarth stepping on up. Reached on a fielder's choice last time up. That one is lofted high. Some chance to catch it, and he does at first. Heck of an effort. Nicely done. Unfortunately for Ugarth, as that pop up to first, will mark it 2 down. And now the top of the lineup here coming up as they keep the runner honest over there at first. Again, 1 run in each, 1 run for both teams in the first, 3 for Cascade in the third, followed by 2 for the Northeast Rebels in the bottom half. And then 2 scoreless innings go by for Cascade, pokes across 3 more runs, and that's where we stand, a 7-3 ball game up to this point. Northeast out hitting the Cougars right now, but the run column does not show it. That one, a healthy swing, comes up empty. The game now past the 2-hour mark in its entirety. Both games have gone the distance for at least 2 hours. But we still have another inning under the books here. So the 1-1 count. The 1-2 count, as that one catches the outer edge just right. And Milk is set down on strikes. And now marks it the 6th strikeout for Cascade on the night, as that will officially conclude inning number 6. It's now time for inning number 7 when we come back, and when we do, Cascade trying to bring up to the plate 7-8-9 when we return right here on the IA Baseball Network.
When it comes to protecting your home, you need more than just a contractor, you need a team that you can trust. And at IA Sports, we trust Lion Exteriors. They deliver expert roofing, siding, and exterior solutions built to last, because your home deserves the best. With quality craftsmanship, honest service, and stress-free process from start to finish, they make upgrading your home simple and reliable. Whether it's storm damage, a full roof replacement, or a fresh new look, Lion Exteriors has you covered. Contact Noah today or visit lion-exteriors.com and tell them IA Sports sent you to schedule your free inspection. Lion Exteriors, protecting your kingdom.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It's do or die, 7th inning, the final one, unless we get a tie. But it is Cascade to start things off. And again, we have Kreinbreck on the mound here as he tosses strike number 1 to Ludwig, looking to continue on. Last time he came up to the plate, managed to find his way into the outfield grass with a double. All right, now, though, he finds himself in an 0-2 hole. Now the 0-2 delivery. That one gets sent out there. That will find its way into the left field grass. A 2-hopper that is botched out there in left field. That will allow at least an advancement to second, if not more. And the woes continue here for Northeast as Cascade takes advantage. And Ludwig, for the second time in 2 innings, stands on second.
Smith.
That brings up Tyler Smith to the plate. Reached on a fielder's choice, but has not managed to get to the base path since. Right now, a chance to add on to already a 4-run lead. And the 1-0 count as we bring up the box score right here. That one not quite in there. Make it 2-0 the count. Again, both teams touched up a run in the first, and the third was a pretty big inning. 3 runs for Cascade, 2 on the home run by Sosby. And then since then, it's been all scoring from Cascade, 3 in the 6th, and that's where we stand right now. It's been 6 hits for the Cougars, 7 for the Rebels. But for those 7 hits, haven't had as much production. So the big theme that we get here from this game in particular is that if making use making use of your of what when you get on base. That one's sent back. It could be here. Nope, it hits the top of the building. Didn't get my shot, but I'll get it next time. So 3-1 the count with a runner on second base. Looking to add on to their 4-run lead. That one sent out of play. We go full 3-2. Again, the big theme here was simply being efficient with runners in scoring position, whether it be walks, hit by pitch, putting the pressure on. Cascade has done that consistently. That we have seen that at times here from Northeast, but it just hasn't been as consistent. That one is drilled out in the right field, but in right field gap will be the center fielder. He'll come on and snag that one. A nice catch to thwart any advancement there. And in a trade, we get one down.
Now up number 8, Jake Hosh.
So the fly out now brings up Hosh, who comes back into the game. Green came back last time up. Last time the 9-hole spot was up and deposited a 2-run double into this left center field gap, and that's how we have now etched our mark into a 7-3 advantage for the Cougars. No matter what they've done, they have managed to find a way. It hasn't been a world beater in terms of hits, but they've had several walks. They've had 3 batters hit by pitch. They have found a way to make it difficult in each at-bat. So they've won the at-bats, they've won the rest of it, and they've put pressure on everywhere they go. That's been the kind of the key to success here. It's been less about Northeast and their mishaps and more about Cascade taking advantage when the opportunities present themselves. The 1-1 delivery easily laid off here, 2-1. Again, Northeast has proven themselves just similar to the team that went 20 wins last year. It's just this, they've kind of run into a little bit of a challenge here. Again, game's not over, still plenty to play. The pitch. That one gets lifted. That will barely breach the outfield grass. Coming on a slide, and he doesn't get it. He doesn't get it. A mishap out there in right field, and that now puts runners on the corners. And just when I say it hasn't been as much about the mistakes, another mistake rears its head here for Northeast, as an error will put runners on first and third here now with 1 down. Kind of one of those odd situations. It looked as though second base had that one from the get-go, and that was quite the run on in. It did not clear the outfield grass too much. That one is lifted. That one is going right field, and that will be caught out there. Nice catch. In the meantime, we do have a runner crossing the plate. The lead has now increased 8-4 in favor of Cascade.
Now up number 14, Nick Hoffman.
So Noonan with the RBI sac fly. And still just 6 hits. They've managed to poke across 8 runs. It has been as efficient of a game as you can be. So a single, fly-out walk, and sacrifice RBI have given us our mark right now with 2 down. Reinbrecht on the mound here. 3rd pitcher used in this game for Coach Rawa and Northeast. The Rebels trying to get out of the inning here. That one too far inside, ball 2. All but 3 innings of this contest, the Cascade Cougars have scored at least 1 run. making it, just putting even more pressure on what will be the final inning here. That one in the dirt, ball 3. A 3-0 count. Cascade has taken advantage of every little mistake pitching-wise from the Rebels, and we have seen that balloon from what was a 1-run lead into now an 8-3 advantage. And boy, Hoffman barely even took the bat off his shoulders for that one as he let that one pile in for strike 1. So the 3-1 delivery coming up. Here's the pitch. That one did catch the inner edge, and again, let that bat come off before the ball even got there. Made that decision pretty quick. So, and here we sit, a full count, 3-2. 2 down. Cascade looking to add on to already 1-run home this inning. Next pitch. That one, chopper, foul. This was a program that, man, both these programs last year, again, 20-plus win seasons. Cascade making all the way to the state tournament. And again, their 7th trip. And they managed to do a ton of work. And I got to tell you, this is a team that already looks like it could easily make its way into the state tournament again this year by how they're taking and handling the number 9 ranked team in Class 2A. Well, Hoffman, and despite getting into a 3-0 count, good work by Kreinbreck. He draws it full and gets the strikeout, and he sends it into the final half inning. So one way or another, we're going to find a winner. And who will it be? We'll tell you all about that coming on up in the next half inning when we have Espenson, Cleaver, and Sosby due up next right after this here on the IA Baseball Network.
Oftentimes when you have an injury or fall and you're concerned, your first thought is to go to the emergency room. But with DMOS Urgent Injury Clinic, wait times are often a lot less and you can be seen at a lower cost.
If you know that your injury is related to bones, joints, muscles, ligaments, it's a great place to start.
From sprains and strains to fractures and even lacerations, we have 3 clinics for urgent injury that you can be seen at, and we have fantastic surgeons that we can consult and refer to when necessary.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Maxon Eskelson is doing the duties to lead things off. And a guy that you want on for sure. He has reached base twice in 3 trips. He is effectively 1 for 2. Struck out back in the 4th, walked in the 3rd, singled back in the 1st. And boy, they need him now more than ever as Hoffman dials in strike 1. Northeast hasn't made a ton of errors, but man, there have been some miscues, and every single one of them have been answered here by Cascade tonight. And that's where we end up with it. Again, six hits equated to 8 runs. Again, that's finding efficiency where they can. They've been able to score. Again, Cascade has drawn 7 walks here in this game alone, I believe, over 15 across the last 2 games. And if they have been, again, they have been doing what they need to do, getting stolen bases. And, of course, they've had 3 hit by pitch here in this game alone. They've managed to get every which way they can. That one on a grounder right side, a nice pick on a diving stop, and that one gets away. That one gets away and headed off to second is Espenson. A heck of an outlook for them. A good lucky break, mind you. Again, a diving backhand glove stop at second. Looked to be a highlight reel. In the end, throws it away. And we have, thanks to an error, a runner on second base here for the Rebels. So runner on second here as Cleaver is standing up. He is 1 for 3. And he has a 1-1 count. Again, Esklinson standing on second after following the errant throw. That one fouled back, fouled out of play. And that one in there just on the edge. Man, a heck of an effort here. Hoffman now will pick up yet another strikeout for him. That marks 7 by my count. That is a heck of a relief appearance here for the Cascade hurler. Now puts Northeast down to their final two outs here. And that is strike number 1 on Sosby. Sosby is 2 for 3, singled in the first, and a 2-run home run back in the third. That one too far out of the outside there. 1-1 the count. The last hurrah here for the Rebels. That one a blooper out there, and it's missed. And it is missed. Sosby will find his way onto the base pass here. A couple miscues here for Cascade. Uncharacteristic the way both of these games have gone, but uncharacteristic mistakes have now lent 2 runners onto the base pass here with still just 1 down. And we have an unfortunate mark here. Can't quite see there, but Sosby beyond first base getting looked at. Hopefully it's something minor, hopefully nothing big. Certainly this kid has huge things going forward, and we're hoping that it is nothing big, but it does seem like he's putting some weight on it. It looks like it might just be a cramp, which is, I mean, that's the hope right now, that it's nothing more than that. I mean, regardless here, 2 errors back-to-back here for Cascade has given some opportunistic or some hope here for Northeast and a chance to try and etch their way back in. They haven't had a lead at any point throughout these 2 games, but would certainly like to turn the tides here with 1 down. So Gray stepping on up to the plate, takes ball 1. Esklinson on second. Sosby on first. And Hoffman on the mound, and he has come in and he has done everything he possibly can. He has had 7 strikeouts, including a strikeout the side back in the 5th. He has been the relief pitcher among all relief pitchers here that they've needed. And you can only hope, you have a guy like that you can just plug and chug. He's pitched in both games and relief appearance, but man, game 2 has been an absolute highlight from him. The 1-2, or the 1-1, excuse me, now in and 1-2. So the 2-strike count here with 2 runners on. Northeast, a little bit of movement there, trying to keep him honest, and rightfully does. Northeast has not scored since inning number 3. And that one was a close one. Boy, that's nerves of steel to let go on that one. A full count brought now. And Gray with a chance to do something big here. We've seen him before. He could do it again, but he gets through that one. A nice swing, but comes on up empty. That is unfortunately the hat trick for him, the third strikeout that he has had on the night. And that would make it 8 strikeouts on the game here for Hoffman. He came in relief in the 4th inning, and he's not been stopping since. And now coming up to the plate is Kason DeBow. Kason has so far in this game singled, walked, and struck out. That's good. And that one is set out there and a play to end it. And it does. It gets ended. The play has officially done it, and that is a force out that ends the game here in game number 2. Goes to Cascade by the final of 8-3. It's a clean sweep for the Cougars as they take game 2 8-3, and they do so on the strength of 6 hits, 3 errors, but they managed to take the sweep. 2 sweeps for them in 3 years, and they claim victory here tonight on the road. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, appreciate you coming along for the ride here as we go ahead, and I will give a player of the game brought to you by Insulates. And the player of the game for me, despite all the offensive action that has happened here, you go through and any way you look at it, man, good performances here. I really, really like what Hoffman did on the mound. He came in relief, and again, back in inning number 4, he came in relief, and since then, in a matter of 4 innings, he struck out 8 batters, and he limited any offensive production. Again, the home run from Sosby came in the 3rd, so he had not given up anything. He came in and went runless. He struck out 8. He barely allowed any runners onto the base paths. In fact, by my count here, there is only 1 legitimate runner onto the base pass. The rest were via errors or misplays, and that surely showed what this team is capable of. Hoffman is our player of the game here in game 2. Again, Mick Hoffman, we talked about him in the pregame. He goes ahead and secures our game number 2 player of the game. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to take a quick break. We'll wrap things up and say sayonara when we come back right here on the IA Baseball Network.
When it comes to protecting your home, you need more than just a contractor. You need a team that you can trust. And at IA Sports, we trust Lion Exteriors. They deliver expert roofing, siding, and exterior solutions built to last, because your home deserves the best. With quality craftsmanship, honest service, and stress-free process from start to finish, they make upgrading your home simple and reliable. Whether it's storm damage, a full roof replacement, or a fresh new look, Lion Exteriors has you covered. Contact Noah today or visit lion-exteriors.com and tell them IA Sports sent you to schedule your free inspection. Lion Exteriors, protecting your kingdom.
Oftentimes when you have an injury or a fall and you're concerned, your first thought is to go to the emergency room. But with DMOS Urgent Injury Clinic, wait times are often a lot less and you can be seen at a lower cost.
If you know that your injury is related to bones, joints, muscles, ligaments, it's a great place to start.
From sprains and strains to fractures and even lacerations, we have 3 clinics for urgent injury that you can be seen at, and we have fantastic surgeons that we can consult and refer to when necessary.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, once again, thank you for tuning in. It was, again, Mick Hoffman, our player of the game here in Game 2. A bunt single offensively, but, man, his mojo came on the mound where he absolutely dished out the strikeouts. Count at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And in the meantime, he did not allow a single walk in the process. He allowed just 1 legitimate base runner onto the base paths. And meanwhile, the rest were all errors. And he was very effective. So again, Mick Hoffman, our Insulites player of the game. And boy, ladies and gentlemen, what a doubleheader this was. Again, for the last 3 years, it has been sweep, sweep, sweep. And now we can continue that trend with another sweep here. Both of these two teams are going to go places, going to go big places by the time the season is all said and done. And you can easily see these two conference teams at the state tournament. I see a lot of pop and a lot of good things coming from both of these squads. So whatever the case may be, if you're looking at it from Northeast side, this is just a minor bump in the road. You are now 1-2 on the season, but it's just a minor bump in the road. More good things to come, especially when you have an immaculate field like you do, when you have a coaching staff as strong as you do. Good things are going to happen. On the other side of things, man, can you be any more excited about what Cascade is now bringing to the table? You know, they add 2 more and they now go to 3-1 on the season, but they look just as juggernautish as possible. 14-0 in game 1, and they go ahead and win game 2 8-3. It was just as fun as you want and methodical as you could make it there. They pounced on every single Northeast mistake that was made, and really, again, 6 hits in game 2 really equate to. Does it really equate to 8 runs all the time? No, but this was efficiency. Again, 6 walks in game 2, 13 walks for Cascade batting overall across the 2 games. Very effective. But all right, ladies and gentlemen, again, as we mentioned, Mick Hoffman, our Insulites player of the game. And for us, we will be back on the air streaming on Saturday at the tournament in Urbandale. Make sure to catch up for your keyword, your secret word for your batting donut giveaway. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thanks again for tuning in and making this a part of your day. As always, stay safe on the base pass. We'll see you later.